Om Shanti and a very good morning from Adpatin Hindu Temple in Stony Woods on the 17th of July 2022. A very big Om Shanti. Om Shanti means I am a soul, and as a soul I'm peaceful. It implies that I'm not just a body, a physical being, although being in the physical form has got many benefits and allows me to express myself and to share, to interact and to contribute in life. If I'm that state of the soul detached from a body, then I go into a space of peace, of quietness, of unlimitedness. But I no longer have an interaction with the world down here. So understanding the difference between the body and the soul is essential. And it's the basic sort of understanding in Raj Yoga. Raj Yoga, that communion, that yoga, that interaction that allows us to create the highest link, the supreme link, the royal, the self-sovereign, the one who is able to manage him, herself, who is at the level of expressing him or herself in the highest form. And when I'm in that awareness of I, the soul, the immortal, the eternal one, the one who is expressing him or herself through this body, then I am in my original peace, in my state of happiness, of bliss, of wisdom, of purity, meaning that nothing is actually altering or changing my expression. My expression is true. It's as close as it can be to being true. And then just being is enough to have that self-respect, that self-awareness, that universal love, that wanting to benefit others and to create beauty around you. And in fact, when there is inner beauty, when the inner awareness is based on values and is experienced on the basis of values, then that expresses itself in the face, in the movement, in the awareness of that person, of that human being. So meaning that it is the soul that actually expresses the physical form. And by expressing the physical awareness, and that awareness is based on values, the expression on the outer side of the body is one of sweetness, is one of beauty. It doesn't matter if my face is not so beautiful, but if the awareness, if the expression of myself is based on values, is based on sweetness, is based on recognition, on tolerance, on love, on peace, then my expression will create that beauty. And not just that, but whatever is happening inside myself has an effect on the outer world. So what's happening in the world? People are worried, people are stressed, people are fearful. And so whatever I create inside is what I see outside. So the more worry, the more fear, the more uncertainty I experience, the more that materializes itself in the outer world. And so the method is to actually create certainty, truth, peace, happiness inside, because that is then that what I will materialize on my outer world. And in fact, the universe, in inverted commas, will start providing me with what? My mind, which is my soul. You know, the mind is a component of the soul. Yeah, the mind, the intellect, the sanskars, the personality traits. And so whatever is going on in the soul becomes an energy that invites and attracts like a magnet outside the soul the experiences that I will have through the body. And so if I have sweetness inside myself, if I have the intention of only seeing the good in others, I will see the good in others. And others will respond in that way to me. Whereas if I inside have criticism, dislike, rejection inside myself, I will experience the same from others. So I start creating my present and my future inside myself. Which again means that I'm not just dependent on whatever the universe is throwing at me, but I can interact with the universe. I can communicate and have communion with the universe. And I can give to the universe the suggestion of what I want to experience in my life. And so I'm actually in the driving seat of my future, of my experience, of my life. There will be a subtle communication at times when I will say, hey, just pay attention, drive carefully, things seem unstable. It's almost as if my expression of myself starts to pick up the dangers that are around. And if I'm able to listen to this and to act on it, everything will be fine. I was seeing a little piece of news where they were debating why animals are not affected by natural catastrophes the same way as human beings are. That if there is a tsunami to come, the birds fly away beforehand, animals walk to a higher ground. It's because their awareness is much more connected with their outer world, and they're able to pick up and respond to the situations that are coming towards them. And so if I have a human mind, and if I'm able to actually have the awareness and the understanding of what I can do with my mind, then let me use my mind in a proper way. If I detach myself from the positive aspects of life, if I start to interact with the negative aspects of life, be it coming from myself or coming from others, fear, worry, concern, hate, anger, jealousy, conflicts, criticism, then that is going to be what I will experience. And even if these are the energies that others give me or project onto me, if I become like a mirror, and in that mirror I just show to the world the opposite, I show them peace, silence, love, acceptance and tolerance, gentleness and kindness, sweetness, cooperation, tolerance, acceptance, courage and strength. When I mirror that back, this mirroring back is much more powerful than worry and anxiety and stress and uncertainty. And yet I need others, I need what other people, humans, to interact. Like sometimes I find something difficult and I have to ask a friend, a person I know, for help. And when I get that help, all of a sudden everything is easy. So that's also a possibility. But as much as possible, I have to learn to create that strength in myself, to create that direction, that purpose in myself. So without ego, but I become the anchor for others as well. I become the lighthouse. And then it becomes a cooperation. Sometimes I need help, sometimes others need help. But when I actually create that network, and that network of others in my presence, because of the practice that I do, they become sweet. They express kindness and cooperation, unity and harmony. Then that becomes like a big, big bubble of a space, of an atmosphere that is nice to be in, that is attractive to be in. Everybody wants to be there. Whereas nobody wants to be in a space where there's conflict, where there's dissent and anger, negativity just happening. So, which means that I'm just as responsible as everybody else to contribute in a positive way to whatever is happening around me. I'm not just a leaf in the ocean being tossed and blown here and there. But I'm a ship and I have a rudder. I can decide on how to take the waves on and how to use the power of the wind to take me wherever I want to do, I want to go. And so by getting to know myself and by learning to understand the qualities of my soul and how even the strength, for example, of the wind can be used to fill my sail, and how I sometimes have to slow down and dampen down my emotions and my fears and transform them into hope, transform them into opportunities. And mostly and most powerfully, if I actually understand that I am a soul, a being of light, that I'm a soul like everybody else on this earth, no matter what color, what age, what gender, what country, what culture and awareness they have. They are exactly the same as myself, and they are all loved by the divine, by the source. And when I actually connect with the divine. That is when I have yoga, the most highest yoga, the most divine yoga, the Raja, the king of yogas. And that communion is a space that I create where I am safe, where I experience happiness, and where I let go of any fear and take on hope and certainty. In that space, when I'm connected with the Supreme, I can let go of any worry, any fear, and express the beauty that lies inside my soul. And that is something each one of us can do. To do that, though, I need to go into that space where I'm peaceful, where I'm quiet, so I can listen to my soul. I can get to know my soul. I have that deep acceptance and that deep love. So let me take a deep breath and just relax. Let go. Detach yourself from the outside world. Allow your body to be nice and comfortable, and be aware of the breathing, the deep breaths that you take in and out. Allow your thoughts to slow down. Any worries, any fears, any anxieties, any stress, any outside pressures, you are aware of them, but see them as if they're like clouds that pass on the sky, and once they're gone, the sun is shining. The sky is blue, and there's nothing to be concerned about. At the end, you are a soul, you're eternal. Nothing can happen to you. The body is a temporary costume. It's a shell that I've been entrusted on. And so let me use it in a beneficial way. Let it express to the eyes kindness and gentleness. Let my heart give that energy of love, of unconditional acceptance, of happiness and bliss. Let it be in the form of a deep contentedness, a vibration that is constant. It's just giving, and it creates an atmosphere of love and acceptance, of peace. There's nothing that you need. When connected with the Supreme, when in that divine union, in that divine connection, in that yoga, everything is provided for. Nothing is lacking. And when you create that environment inside, that environment where you feel the peace and love, of the Supreme, just showering on you and creating an atmosphere of lights, of beauty, of happiness, of safety. Then you interact with the world, seeing the world with this filter. And as you create those beautiful expressions, awarenesses in yourself, they are reflected in the world around you. And as you experience happiness inside you, you will see happiness around you. You will see a beautiful flower that will rejoice your heart and your eyes and put a smile on your face. You will see a little child and the innocence in the eyes of the child and the natural happiness, and it will fill you with joy and hope. You will walk hand in hand with the Supreme, whichever way you conceive the Supreme to be. And you yourself will start to adopt the same ways, the same expressions, and the same good wishes in your interactions with everybody you come across. Just take a nice deep breath and just feel the rays of light and might, of peace, purity and happiness just falling on you, like as if you were standing under a fall of water and the water is just gently falling on you and filling you with the light of peace and love and purity and happiness and bliss. Can you feel how light, the lightness inside the self, the subtlety, the gentleness, the sweetness, the happiness, the timelessness, how this moment extends in time and becomes the awareness, becomes who you are. And when you stand up after a few more minutes, just keep seeing everybody in a peaceful way, in a gentle, acceptant, loving way. And you create a spiritual atmosphere all around you. A space that is open, that is accepting, that is loving, safe, secure, where nothing is lacking. And this energy is not just in yourself, but extends in your subtle expression. And as it extends, it impregnates the fabric of the furniture, the walls, the air all around you. And whoever enters that space feels peaceful, feels love, acceptance, kindness, gentleness. Your body also feels comfortable. It feels nurtured and cared for. The heart beats regularly and peacefully. The air has all the time to diffuse into the blood and give power and strength to each cell it reaches. It is as if there are molecules of strength, of courage, of peace and love flowing into each cell of your body. And the cells become energized. And like a piezoelectric crystal, the cells start to radiate light. And the light is all in yourself, energizing your whole self, your whole body. The soul in the center of the forehead is like a strong diamond, beautifully shaped and expressing beautiful colors, colored lights of values, of awarenesses, of intentions that are pure and elevated. And the whole room, the whole space around you starts to express that beautiful divine light. We call it Sakash. And that light is expressed through your eyes. It is anticipated by your expression and is welcoming. It is caring and protecting. There's purpose in being the one who transforms the world by transforming the self. One that expresses gentleness and gives happiness. Transform salty awarenesses into sweetness, impure intentions into purity, unhappiness into happiness. This is the link that transforms everything around you. Take a nice deep breath. Become aware of your subtle form, the soul in the center of your forehead. Connect with the Supreme and allow your expression to go beyond any space and diffuse and bring that sweetness, that kindness and that love into every aspect of your surroundings, creating a spiritual atmosphere that is welcoming, empowering and loving. be the bringer of this energy, the creator of a space where there's happiness and goodness, the transformer of this world, bringing hope, bringing light, bringing kindness. Om Shanti. Om Shanti. Bring it into the world. Om Shanti.